Good morning, students. So, today we will discuss Biology Chapter 4 of Class 7th, and the topic is Plant Life. So, plant life, in that we will study about photosynthesis and respiration. So, here we will do the revision of this chapter. As you know, we have already discussed this in our class, and the reading part and exercise part is already over. So, first of all, we will study the content here, what all things you are going to study. So that we will discuss here is about photosynthesis, then factor affecting the rate of photosynthesis, then respiration and the types of respiration. And after that is the let's recapitulate. It means that is the points to remember which is given in your chapter, every chapter, once the reading part is over. And the last is the questions. So we will start with the photosynthesis. As you can see the diagram here, so you can see the leaves, one plant is there and its leaves is trying to absorb the sunlight. As you can see the sun in the diagram. So here is the light energy is rising and plant is taking carbon dioxide and it is releasing the oxygen, as you can see with the arrow. So first we will discuss what is photosynthesis. So in the process of photosynthesis, green plant absorb water from the soil with the help of their roots. As you can see the root part. So in water is there as two in the diagram. This absorbed water is transported through the root to the stem. Okay, so from the root it will reach to the stem part, and after then to leaves where the process of photosynthesis take place. So carbon dioxide from the air enter into the leaves through the small tiny pores called stomata. When all the substance required for photosynthesis are present in the leaves, a chemical reaction take place in the presence of sunlight. The energy from sunlight is trapped by the chlorophyll pigment of the leaf and used to combine carbon dioxide with water to form glucose. In this process, oxygen is released as a byproduct. So one equation is there, carbon dioxide plus water in the presence of sunlight gives out glucose plus oxygen. Here you can see the definition of photosynthesis. It is the process by which green plant use energy from sunlight to convert carbon dioxide and water into glucose. So what we get that in this process, oxygen gas is released. So that is released as a byproduct. Now, next that we are going to study is about the factor affecting the rate of photosynthesis. So there are 5 factors: light, carbon dioxide, temperature, water, and chlorophyll. So now first one we will discuss light. So it is very important for photosynthesis. The higher the intensity of light, higher the rate of photosynthesis. Suppose when the light is dim, the rate of photosynthesis decreases, and Sun is the main source of light energy. Second is the carbon dioxide. The rate of photosynthesis increases with the increase in concentration of carbon dioxide up to 1%. Beyond this, the plant will not take in any more carbon dioxide. The aquatic plants get carbon dioxide dissolved in water. Next is about temperature. Higher the temperature, faster the rate of photosynthesis. The rate of photosynthesis rises to the optimum temperature of 35 degrees Celsius, after which the rate of photosynthesis fall. It gradually stops above 40 degrees Celsius. Photosynthesis is best in the range of 35 degrees Celsius to 40 degrees Celsius. Next is the water. Water is the source of hydrogen atom in the glucose created by photosynthesis. Both water and carbon dioxide molecules are broken down using energy from the sun and combined into sugar molecules containing carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Plant absorb only 1% of water for performing the process of photosynthesis. So the last is the chlorophyll. Chlorophyll is the pigment present in the green part of the plants, especially in the leaves. It traps the energy of sun, which is used for making of food in plants. If we increase the amount of chlorophyll, it does not make excess food, but it probably kills the plant. So sunlight, as you can see, the plant used to absorb the sunlight. So sunlight is made up of 7 colors. So the color that are violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. Chlorophyll mainly absorb red and violet light and reflect green light. That is why leaves appear green in colors. So now we will discuss that is about the respiration. All living organisms need energy for various physical and metabolic activities. This energy comes from the food that we eat. You already know that the food we eat get digested and absorbed by the body. The glucose present in the absorbed food is get converted into carbon dioxide, water, and energy. So here is the definition written of respiration. So the process of conversion of glucose molecules from food into energy, rich ATP, carbon dioxide, and water with the help of oxygen is called respiration. The process of exchange of gases between an organism and its environment is called respiration. So equation is given there. Glucose plus oxygen gives out carbon dioxide plus water plus energy. So the energy is released, that is 38 ATP. By breaking down of glucose molecules, energy released in the form of heat, but a large amount of it is converted into ATP. So ATP is a form of chemical energy. The ATP molecules releases energy for all cellular activities, hence are called energy currency of the cells. Now, next topic is about the types of respiration. So, oxygen is essential component for the process of respiration. Depending on the breaking down of food in the presence or absence of oxygen, respiration is of two types: aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. So first we will discuss the aerobic respiration, a process by which the complete breakdown of glucose take place in the presence of oxygen is called aerobic respiration. In this process, carbon dioxide and water is produced as the end product with the liberation of energy in the form of ATP. Aerobic respiration take place in most of the organisms, including human beings, animals, and plants. Next is anaerobic respiration, a process by which the incomplete breakdown of glucose take place in the absence of oxygen is called anaerobic respiration. Carbon dioxide and ethyl alcohol or lactic acid are the end product of anaerobic respiration. Both aerobic and anaerobic respiration are different processes, but but they show some similarities, such as both processes take place within the cell. Both produce ATP molecules. Both produce byproduct and depend on some chemical reaction. Now, next that we will discuss is about the let's recapitulate. So in your book, it is the last topic after the reading part get overs, as you can say, points to remember, also some important point of your book, of your chapter. So as some has been recovered by in the topic and some I mentioned here. So about stomata. So stomata are the tiny pores present on the lower surface of the leaf. ATP molecules produce energy, hence called energy currency of the cell. Now, last one, then photosynthesis and respiration are opposite to each other. Now some questions, students, and it is a part of your inside question answers of your chapter 4 only of biology. So if you have not done, you can do through this also, and already it has been discussed in the class also once. So first question, why are green plants called autotrophs? So the answer is because they perform the process of photosynthesis and capable to make their own food. Second is, what are the two main type of respiration, as we have discussed in the video also. So there are two main type of respiration. Their names are aerobic and anaerobic. Now the third is, name the pigment present in the leaves responsible for photosynthesis. So the pigment that is responsible for photosynthesis in leaves is chlorophyll. Now the fourth question, what are the end product of anaerobic respiration in both plants and animals? So end product of anaerobic respiration in the case of plants are, that is, ethyl alcohol and carbon dioxide, while for animals are lactic acid and carbon dioxide. The last one, what are the end product of photosynthesis? So end product in photosynthesis are glucose, oxygen, and some amount of water. So student, this much only in this chapter. So you can learn and go through these question answers which we have discussed in the class. Thank you, students.